Here's an interesting discovery. And of course we found it at incredibly high elevations, which makes sense because it's probably the only place you're going to discover it. Anything left. Flume. This is part of a rotted out flume. So you can see the side or cheek boards, for whatever reason, the inside cheek board right here, completely rotted away. There are still some bottom boards. This is what usually happens. As long as they stay buried, they'll survive when they get uncovered, either by runoff like this here or something else. Then they do tend to rot away. But yeah, that's a wooden flume right there. And I've only found evidence or pictures, pieces of wooden flumes in like 2 other spots, and nothing actually quite as extensive as this. I had no idea this was here. There's Bald Mountain looming above us there, and then there's the flume. So, interesting spot for sure. Not many of those survive. There's no evidence whatsoever of it down below here. I'm not sure what the story is on that. I don't know why it would just stop right here unless the rest of it was removed, or this is where their washing was, but there's no signs of the washing. You know, life's kind of weird that way sometimes. So continuing down the hill, more than 1/4 of a mile now, in basically a straight line with that other flume, I found this one. I knew this one was here. This is one of the ones I told you I'd seen pieces of. So here's a flume here. Whether the two connected or not, I'm not entirely sure. But that would be 1/4 of a mile straight that way, more or less. It's falling really steep though, and usually flumes don't fall very steep because they're trying to get water at higher elevations, so they're tapping in and trying to keep them level. So they might not be related in any way. It's just interesting that they're in line with each other. And then everything's been buried through here. And then you get a little bit more of it above ground. Down in here, you can see where it was. And see, this one falls quite straight. See, here's some of the cheek boards and whatnot that used to line the flume right there. And this one falls pretty straight and continues. The phone will adjust out into there. Old bits of metal in here, attached to wood. I'd say that was a wear bar for something. See, there's the army truck parked right up there. And now I'm down below that spot I was showing you earlier. And there's no sign of the flume. Now, if it was going to maintain greater elevation, it'd actually be up on top of that little rise right there. But that's clearly a tailings run, right? From where there had tracks and mine carts and were dumping tailings. That's clearly what that was. Or I suppose it could be a bulldozer push as well. But that's them moving tailings. So if there was any flume, I expected I'd find it down here in the bottom where it got pushed off or buried or something like that. And there's nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Not a bit to be found. So, you know, again, I'm not entirely sure. A lot of these rocks look hand stacked through here. Could have been hand stacked to support the base of a flume. Could have been hand stacked just to get them out of your way. Could have just been Mother Nature. Although, I'm going to guarantee you it's not. Because all this was mined. Every bit of it at some point. But still, it's fascinating. Still in basic line with that flume. At least now I found a few more things. So, where I pointed stuff out was, I don't know, maybe a 1/16 of a mile. I suppose we should do it in yards. 100 yards up. Right? And so I've got leather strapping of some sort. It's got nails through it, so it was nailed to something. There's a little bit of tin. There's a brick right here. There's a little piece of concrete over there. Here's another fender. It's amazing shape, to be honest with you. It's in beautiful shape. I have no idea what it fits. But, okay, it's a relative term, right? Maybe somebody will be able to identify it, these holes through here. That's pretty cool. And so now I'm standing at the end of that push run I was speaking about earlier. That would end above me, and it's maybe, I don't know, 15, 16 feet above me up there. So this could be stuff that got pushed off the end, or who knows. I'll continue down a little further and see what else we find. So I'm another couple hundred yards down, and probably a drop of 100 feet or so in elevation. And what was, at least you can see where somebody tried to keep it in a ditch, right? But it just randomly turned into a roadbed. And it was just pretty sterile, and I wasn't finding much of anything, but a little bit of actually pretty fine bone pottery of some sort. Probably a bowl. Right ahead of me is a modern clay marker. Oh, there's something interesting. So it drops back down into a ditch of some sort, right? And look at the hand stacking rock work, not only below my feet, but up all along over there. You can see where they've come through and done that. And let's see, where am I looking at? Right there. You can see that rock right there. You can see the drill line, right? So that was drilled and then blasted. So this rock we're looking at here was drilled and blasted. I mean, lots of it was, right? It's just pretty rare to actually find a drill line like that in the wild, as they say. You can see where I'm standing on top of all this rubble. So what you probably got is layers. You know, you got original mining on top of secondary mining, on top of 30s mining, possibly on top of like 70s logging, which can really muddy things up some bit. Yeah, that's the logging road right up there. Fascinating. I kind of got to get back to the truck, but I really want to continue down this little gully. Might have to call it a day though. Come back another time. You come visit us here in Virginia City, Montana. I'll take you up the hill and I'll point you in the direction to walk, and you can go find all these wonderful things for yourself.